Page 4, Petit Rondo, as in a little rondo. If you look at the years when this composer lived, this is a long time ago. It's in cut time or 2/2 time. But when I learn a piece in cut time, I learn it in 4/4 time. I just put it in 4/4 time first. And then once I learn it and I got it under my fingers, then I put it back in cut time and finish it off that way. So I'm going to talk about it as though it's in 4/4 time and a quarter note gets a count. And there's 4 beats in a measure. 1 sharp in the key signature. It has a pickup beat. So in 4/4 time would be coming in on beat 4. Let's do the hands one at a time. Make sure we get the notes and the fingering and all that. So we're starting out here in G position. They don't give you finger numbers in the first line. Don't know why, because they give you lots of them in the second line. But I'm just telling you you're in G position. Just play the whole first line here. You're fine. So it's 4, 1, 2, 3. Just fine. 1, 2, 3. And then for the second line, just reach up. The thumb stays where it is. The hand goes up and you got the D. And then you can collapse. We just changed hand positions. So it's here. Second line. 4, 1, 2. Now watch out in the next to the last measure. It's a 4, 1. And now they want third finger on the B. So you just come in a little bit. Left hand, you're down here. They do give you finger numbers here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Remember a dotted half note. Just memorize it. A dotted half note is the same as 3 quarter notes. So however many counts a quarter note gets, dotted half note gets 3 times that. In this case, I'll put it in 4/4 time, it gets 3 counts. Second line, you finish the first line here. For the second line, you just reach up. It's an octave here. And then don't come all the way up. You want third finger here. So you're just coming up a little bit. So it's 4, 1 and 2. Eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. You reach up again for an octave. Now you can come up and put the second finger, not all the way up, that's here. You're coming to here. And so the second finger's on the F, except there's an F sharp in the key signature, so it's an F sharp, so it's here. And then thumb again, and then that takes you back to the beginning. Put the hands together, let's see what happens. Here and here, they're a little bit different here, huh? 4, 1, 2, 3. Is different in the different hands, so watch out. Second line, you're here, right there. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3. Reach up. That's the hands together. And when I first learn a piece of music, I play it all connected, all legato. Now once I have that, then I can go in and put in the slurs and stuff. So it's here. There's nothing written for the left hand and the first line. So I'm going to suggest you disconnect the notes just a little bit. Until you get to the 2 quarter notes, connect those. Like so. It's more fits the style of the time. In the right hand, I'm going to disconnect every note that is not slurred. You see that it used to be back in this time when this was written that if there was nothing in the music, and most of the time there wasn't, the default, or the thing you did automatically, would be to disconnect the notes. In today's music, the default, or what you do automatically, is to connect the notes. It's changed. But to be in the style of this time, I want to connect. Short, just disconnect them. Just disconnect them slightly. Now on the articulation, another thing is when you repeat things, you can change the articulation. Like in the first line there, the the next to the last measure. You can disconnect this if you want, or maybe connect it, because they're next to each other. The problem is they're not slurred, but maybe one time you play it slurred, and the next time you play them disconnected. See, you can change that too. There's different ways of interpreting it, and different teachers will teach differently, but this is how I suggest you try it. Second line, same thing. So I connected the left hand. I can connect the notes when they're next to each other, when it's a step. If it's further than that, I disconnect them. That's my impression of the articulation. Then the dynamics. Well, louds or softs or whatever. First time, the F-P, the first time you play it loud. This will be for the right hand more. Keep the left hand sort of down to a medium soft if you can. Then you're going to repeat that. There's a repeat sign, and then the second time you play it soft. It's like an echo of it. You see, the idea is that when you repeat things, when you play it more than once, you don't want to play it exactly the same. You got to change something, and dynamics is one of the things we can change, so that's what it helps. And then in the second line, you go up to moderately loud. Again, more for the right hand, although the left hand, you can bring that out a little bit if you wanted to. So it's sort of loud, whatever that is. You'll have to decide what louds and sort of louds are on your own. Then we can add the speed. Well, that puts it back in cut time. We want to feel this in 2. So those half notes get a count. So half note gets a count, and there's 2 beats per measure. So at the left, 1, 2, 1, and 2, and. So the quarter note gets half a count. 1. So forth, but that makes the second line a little tricky. Look out. So can you play it? Now you have to go your speed. Don't go faster than what you can play accurately. But this is a moderately fast piece, and that's kind of the feel of this. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. That's my impression of how fast it might go. You might take it a little slower, faster. That's fine. The DC Alfine at the end there. Here, when you finish it, the DC means go back to the beginning. So we're going to go back to the beginning. And we go to Fine, which is at the end of the second line, or the first line. End of the first line. You don't do the repeat second time around. So when you do the DC Alfine, you go back and play the first line again and then stop. And I suggest you play it loud. It's a little unclear. Do I play it loud or soft? Well, play it loud on the last time you play it. It's sort of like you're alternating between louds and softs. But the idea with the loud and soft here was just so you could play the second, when you repeated it, you play the second time soft. That's all the soft is for. Otherwise, you play it loud. I like to play this with you very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the dynamics, but I will do the repeats and the DC Alfine. So I'll give us, I'm going to do this in 4/4 time because I want to go real slow. So I'm going to give us 3/4 note counts to come in. I'll count in, and then we'll begin. 1, ready, go. Two, 3, repeat. 3, off.